June is Men's Health Month, a time to shine a spotlight on some of the most pressing health issues facing men today. One of those is prostate cancer, a disease that impacts hundreds of thousands each year. Yet many men are still hesitant to talk about it, let alone get screened. Fox 20's Philip Green sat down with one local doctor and a cancer survivor, working to change that conversation.
Prostate cancer is the second most common cancer in men, but because symptoms can go silent and screenings are often skipped, it can go undetected until it's too late. As men, sometimes we're not inclined to prioritize health, skipping routine checkups or putting off conversations about what's really going on. With prostate cancer, it often goes undetected until it's in a later stage, but taking that first step towards screening can make all the difference.
In terms of detection of prostate cancer, early detection is important. Yearly to biannual screening, depending on different recommendations from different medical societies. A yearly blood test to check a PSA, which means prostate-specific antigen. An elevation of that could mean that you have elevation in your risk of prostate cancer.
For many men, the signs that something might be wrong are easy to dismiss, such as tiredness or frequent bathroom trips. But those subtle symptoms can sometimes point to something much more serious.
When you're seeing symptoms from prostate cancer, it's usually later in the stages of things. So oftentimes it can be asymptomatic, and that's why getting that PSA checked is important. Problems with urination, frequency of urination, decreased strength in the stream of urination, any change from your baseline urinary habits, unexplained weight loss is also something to look out for.
While doctors stress the importance of early detection, sometimes it takes a personal wake-up call to really drive the message home. For Marine veteran Travis Cutts, that wake-up call came after many visits with different doctors.
And so I saw a couple of different doctors, and one of them just kind of out of the blue decided to run a PSA. Came back with a high reading of 24. They were very surprised by that. They asked me if I'd had any pain, any problems, urination, anything like that. No other symptoms, nothing. So it kind of came out of the blue that I was diagnosed with stage 3 metastatic prostate cancer.
It was a diagnosis he never saw coming, and one that arrived without the usual warning signs. Cutts learned firsthand just how aggressive prostate cancer can be, and why it's so important for men to pay attention to their health.
I'm a prior United States Marine, Southern male, man. We tend to look at things as no news is good news. But when you're talking about prostate cancer, no news is not necessarily good news. If I hadn't gotten the bad news, it would have been very bad news. I did have to have my prostate removed. I had to have 45 radiation treatment sessions. All of that came across with posing a very serious conversation with the doctor. If you had the opportunity to look into the future and find something that's going to harm somebody you love, and you could do something to prevent that, you would do that in a heartbeat. I would do that for my kids in a heartbeat. Men don't tend to do that for themselves. Do for yourself what you would do for them.
With coverage you can count on, Philip Green, Fox 20 News.